Hi, I'm Madigan, and I am one of the authors of Nature Play Workshop for Families, which is a guide to getting your family outside and exploring and enjoying nature. And I'm here in the Quarto classroom, which happens to be outside today because that is where nature play happens, of course. And I am excited to share one of my favorite activities from this book with you, which is making natural dye using marigold flowers. So I'm going to put down my book, which I'll explain and go over a little bit with you in a little while. But right now, let's make some marigold dye. All right, so the first thing, of course, that you'll need are marigold flowers. They are super easy to grow. They come in all different colors. They smell amazing. They just smell amazing. So that's what you'll need. You'll need a whole bunch of them, and right now is a perfect time to harvest them because summer just ended and fall is here, and the flowers are all getting ready to bow their heads and take their winter nap. So perfect time to harvest. So you just pop them off right off the stem and stick them in a bowl or whatever to collect them. And then the next step is to remove the petals from the green part of the flower. So here's the little part right here that you don't need, and the petals, you will just pull them right out. You kind of like twist and pull. It's super easy, and kids love to do this. So just twist and pull. And the petals come right off, and then don't throw this part away because inside are the seeds, and so you can let those dry and then plant them in the spring. Super easy to plant. Kids love to do it. Just peel the green part off, toss the seeds in some soil, and you will have your own marigold garden. So for the petals, we want to put those in something kind of large. I like using this big ball jar. And depending on what you're going to be using your dye for, depending on if it's something small or something large, will dictate how many petals you'll need. So we say in the book between like 3 and 4 cups of petals. I think I have about 2 cups here. So about 2 cups in there, and that would be enough to dye, something on the smaller side. So that's step 2. And then you'll want to pour hot water onto your petals. All right, so you have your petals, and now you will want to take some boiling water. I just heated water up in my teapot, and I'm just going to pour the water right on top of the petals just to cover them. And then you'll let them sit there for I don't know, 15-20 minutes until your water is starting to take on the color of the petals. So I have a couple different shades here. There's this one that's like sort of a light orange, and then got one that's more of a reddish color, which I've used a few times, and it actually kind of yields like a pinkish dye on the fabric. And then here's one that's a little bit lighter right here. So you have, all your different shades if you want, or you can just mix the petals all together and just have sort of a hodgepodge shade of dye. And today we are actually going to be tie-dyeing face masks because we all need to wear face masks right now in this pandemic. And I thought that it would help children to be, more excited and sort of empower them if they were part of the creation of their own mask. So kids love to tie-dye, and I'm sure that, your kids probably know what they're doing when it comes to tie-dyeing. I'm sort of a novice tie-dyer, so I just sort of like put my rubber bands on any old way and see what happens. But I know that there are instructions out there for how to make certain patterns like starbursts or what have you. But I I just sort of wing it, and you know, here are some of the things that I've come up with for my face masks. And you can get these plain white cotton masks. These actually, they were from, I looked online for them, but they were from the t-shirt company called Gildan. I know Hanes has them also. So, you know, you can order some and then have fun dyeing them. So back to our steps for making the dye. So now your petals have been sitting in the water for 15-20 minutes, and you want to strain the petals out. So I have this bowl right here that still has a few more petals in it, so I'm gonna use my strainer, scoop them out, and just toss them away. And it's okay if you don't get them all out. It's fine. You can still come off later. They'll come off of your mask or whatever you're dyeing. So we're left with this shade of dye. And then I've already rubber banded my item. And I had previously used a really light colored dye for this one. But I want to put it into the new color. So, oh, before I forget, before you place your item in the dye, you do want to soak it in water just for a few minutes. So here's just a plain mask right here. It's just sitting in water. You want to squeeze the water out, and then you can go ahead with your dyeing. But I prefer to put the rubber bands on when my things are dry. I don't know, it just seems easier to do it that way. So I had already put the rubber bands on, and then I soaked it in the water, and then I already dyed this one earlier, but I want to add a new shade to this mask. So I'm going to dip it in to the new dye. I'm just going to let it sit in there for a little bit while I talk to you about Nature Play Workshop for Families. So while our face mask is soaking in the new color that I wanted to add to it, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about Nature Play Workshop for Families that was co-authored with my good friend Monica Wiedel-Lewinsky. We worked on this book together for many months. We got together to do the experiences and the activities that are in here with some friends of ours, with families with kids, and my other good friend, Monica Ridgely-Berg, took many of the photographs of the experiences that we have in the book, and also Bill Bramble. He is a naturalist that took a lot of the close-up photos of animals and plants and things. And you know, as you'll see, the photos in here are just gorgeous. They're simply stunning, and I just can't say enough good things about Monica and Bill and their eye for capturing moments and for capturing nature. Anyway, thank you to both of them. And also, there are some designs and some drawings and things in here that were done by Maddie Wells, including at the end of the book, there's a section of templates. And let me just show you how sweet these are. There's a natural events calendar. There is a moon journal where you can keep track of phases of the moon. And there is a really sweet nature in the city scavenger hunt. But before I go, I want to show you our face mask. So let's grab it out of the dye. I'm going to squeeze it out. And let's see what happens. Let's do the big reveal. This is the best part, where we take the rubber bands off and we see how we did with our design and our colors. Kids absolutely love this part. You can make it a big event where it's like, dun, 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 dun. You peel off the rubber bands. Sometimes you can't wait and you just want to like cut them, but I like to reuse my rubber bands, so I'm going to be patient and just pull them off. A little difficult. I have a lot of rubber bands on this mask here. But it's getting there. Just have one more to go. It looks like one of the shades, it came out almost like a greenish color, which I had not noticed before. It's a new color for me. I've been doing this all summer and I haven't noticed green, but we have it today. So here we go, the big reveal. Wow, check it out. Green and like kind of purplish almost. Wow, turned out pretty cool. Something else I wanted to mention really quick before I go is that you can pre-treat the fabric with something called mordant, or it's called Mordanting the Fabric, which you can also learn about in the book, but just wanted to show you really quick that you use this stuff called alum and cream of tartar. You can use one or both of them. You can add some to your water that you soak your item in before you dye it, and it does sort of make it brighter. It makes the dye come out a lot brighter. So for example, I did use mordant on this mask here, and you can see how vivid the colors are on this one compared to the one that we just did. A little more dull, but still beautiful. So I hope that you enjoy making some dye. I hope you enjoy looking through Nature Workshop for Families and enjoy getting outside, most importantly, and just enjoying nature. And anyway, thank you so much. And if you do any of the activities in the book, or you make the tie-dyed mask or anything using your natural dye, please tag us on social media, #NaturePlayWorkshop and #Quarto Classroom. Thanks so much.